How's it going, everyone? I'm Landon with LMR.com. Today's video, we're going to be taking a closer look at 5.0 Resto's seat brace repair kit and how you can fix your damaged brace without replacing the entire piece. So let's get right into it. All right, so as most of you know, and for those of you that don't, we typically have a regular rotation of cars that roll through our shop. Some are in good shape, while others need a little bit of help. Well, if it wasn't for those cars that have survived the rough life, we wouldn't be able to offer you solution-based parts. So the topic for today are torn seat braces and how you either fix the damaged braces or you prevent future damage from happening. The seat brace is a spot welded piece underneath the carpet that spans the width of the floor pan. It adds structural support to the car and also houses the front studs for the seat track. Now, what we've experienced with several cars that have come through the shop is that the metal around the front studs will begin to tear, which causes the seat to feel loose, and it exposes a safety concern. Like anything, some cars are worse than others, and this typically only happens on the driver's side. Well, until today, we've had to replace the entire seat brace to fix this problem. While that is still completely valid and of course needed, given the severity of the damage to the seat brace, we knew there was an easier method for this, and we figured out a solution with our 5.0 Resto seat brace repair kit. So the two repair plates are constructed in the USA with a heavy-duty 1/8" steel plate that is precisely bent and laser cut to ensure a great fit over the seat brace. Each plate is size specific, and the way that you know which side is which is by looking at the rounded edge on one side of the plate. This will be positioned towards the inside of the car and will only allow these to work on their respective sides. These plates can be welded into place if that's the route you want to take, or they can be secured with the provided M8 through bolts. I feel that the majority of you are going to bolt these into place, but if you do choose to weld these in, make sure you remove any paint and our coating from this area to ensure a good weld. Now, this kit will raise the seat about 3/16 of an inch, so for you tall people out there like me, you may have to go back one notch on the seat recline position so your head doesn't hit the headliner. The last thing, your seat brace is beyond repair, well, you obviously have to replace the entire piece. But you can still install this kit as added insurance for your new brace. In the box will be a driver and passenger side repair plate, long through bolts, lock nuts for these bolts, J-nuts, seat track studs, seat track nuts, and seat track bolts. This kit will fit all 1979 to 2004 Mustangs, with the only callouts being that the fuel relay bracket on 86 to 91 cars will need to be bent accordingly to clear the plate, and any wiring harness may have to be repositioned alongside the seat brace. Now, we do have a really good example in the shop for you guys today, as the car we're going to be working on, the seat brace in this car is completely ripped out. Now, because of the location of the seat brace, you will have to remove the two front seats and reposition the carpet. So you'll also need to remove any interior component to do this. Please reference the video description for those removal videos. You will need a socket set, a drill, 3/8 drill bit, a marker, a push pin removal tool, a body saw or cutoff wheel to clean up any deformed metal, a medium-sized pry bar, two 15mm open-end wrenches, a small handled sledgehammer, a dead blow, a block of wood, and some cleaning supplies. If you're welding these, you need proper welding equipment and supplies. So first things first, you'll want to remove the front seats, followed by any interior component that will allow you to roll the carpet out of your way. These include the scuff plates, kick panels, and center console. Then you can simply roll the carpet to the rear of the car. We're going to be starting on the driver's side. If applicable, loosen and remove the two bolts that secure the ground wire and the fuel pump relay bracket. Dislodge the harness clips from the brace and then position the harness out of the way. Depending on how damaged your brace is, will dictate the next few steps. Ours was pretty messed up, so we had to cut away some of the deformed metal with a cutoff wheel and a body saw with a metal blade. I also used a heavy-duty chisel and a hammer to separate the damaged metal from the seat brace, since some of the metal is multiple layers. A pair of needle nose pliers were also used to help grab the metal and pull it away from the brace. Now we need to ensure the brace is as flat as possible. Position the correct plate over the seat brace. Tap it with a dead blow until it's fully seated. Take the block of wood and work your way across the plate, striking the wood with the mini sledgehammer. Use a pry bar to lift the plate off of the brace and inspect the brace to see if you flatten it out. Repeat this process as necessary. Whenever the brace is nice and flat, mark the 4 holes that need to be drilled with a marker. Center punch the mark. Remove the brace, carefully drill all 4 of the holes with a 3/8 drill bit, and then deburr each hole. Clean up the metal shavings and wipe down the area if you want to. Because the outermost stud was ripped on this car, we're installing one of the provided J-nuts onto the small provision in the plate. If both studs were ripped out on your car, install both of the J-nuts. Go ahead and position the plate into place. Slide 2 of the long bolts through the plate and the seat brace. Install 2 of the provided locking nuts and fully tighten. Whatever you do, be careful not to over-tighten this hardware. If applicable, reinstall the fuel pump relay bracket and the ground wire. Reposition these accordingly so that they accommodate the repair plate. Some of the harness clip provisions may be covered by the plate, so route the wiring harness alongside the seat brace. Thread the provided stud into the J-nut by hand as far as it will go. The stud is symmetrical, so the orientation does not matter. To fully tighten the stud, take 2 of the provided nuts and use them as a jam nut assembly. Thread on one of the nuts, followed by a second, and tighten these nuts against each other with 2 15mm open-end wrenches. Rotate the top nut with the open-end wrench until the stud is tight. Loosen the jam nut assembly and remove the nuts. Do this for the other stud if needed. Repeat these steps for the other side. Even though our passenger side was fine, we're using this opportunity to install the repair plate anyway so that it matches the driver's side and of course for the peace of mind. Once both repair plates are installed, reposition the carpet and reinstall any interior component that was removed or repositioned. Reinstall the seats back into the car and use the provided hardware to tighten it down. You'll use a 15mm open-end wrench for the nuts and a 13mm socket for the bolts. And then you're good to go. All right, people, this is a really good problem-solving and time-saving kit. If you're concerned about a little bit of surface rust on the plates, feel free to paint these if you like. Because of the location of the seat brace, these will take a few hours to install, but the steps are really easy and they're so worth it in the end. If you like this video and you value our commitment to fixing these cars, then give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more 79 to 04 Mustang content and turn on notifications. That way you're notified every time we release something new. Until next time, you guys know what to do. For all things Fox Body and SM95 Mustang, keep it right here with the real enthusiasts, LMR.com.